Yeah, hear song, but not music. Like a beat.
Given the forces at work and the different external factors over which we have no control, it is an opportunity to draw on our resources and intellect that we can shape the next generation. The young people in the schools, they are being called upon now to make a step forward to become part of the next cohort and cadre of GIS professionals. That is why even the Gisb program is important. We want to welcome all the teachers who took the time out to encourage and to work with the students. You are also playing your part. You see, today promises to be an exciting day. Let us embrace it with all the ebullience that we have, that we can reflect at the end of the day to say, today, Friday, the 29th of January, was in fact a great day. I want to leave this one quotation on the minds of the young one or the trustees of posterity. Indeed, the future belongs to you. And while you take the time today to display your creative and innovative thinking and actions in the jingles, the GIS Bee, the essay, and treasure hunt, remember, you can make the change. Geospatial technologies shaping our future. You have a part to play. Play it well. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Poyser, for your opening remarks and welcome. Thank you again all for joining us for the post GIS Day competition event. This is the first time that we're having such an event. Usually we have GIS Day, and on the day we have a whole flurry of various competitions and activities for the students. We usually engage you at the University of the West Indies, Mona, at the Assembly Hall. But this year, given all that has happened with COVID, we went virtual, and given all the challenges that the schools were having, we weren't able to have the competitions on the day. And so we have this day. So we're very thankful to all the schools who have consented to participate and have sent in their entries, and all the organizations also who are participating. Now, GIS Day would not be an event of much flair as it has been over the many years without the kind support of many sponsors, and in particular, key committed sponsors who have been there with us, supporting the event, looking at its development, looking at how it contributes to the advancement and development of students at the secondary level and also at the tertiary level. Spatial Innovation Limited is one of those stalwart organizations, stalwart companies who has been a fervent sponsor of GIS Day, always supporting. And so we're very thankful that they were able to once again support the event by sponsoring many of the competitions that are going to be happening today. So we thank them very much. As such, we're going to be handing over to Roshan. Roshan is the Deputy CEO of Spatial Innovation Limited. And so we sign over to Mr. Clark, asking him to bring greetings on behalf of that company as we get into the competitions that we'll be proceeding with throughout this morning's event. Roshan, handing over to you.
Hi, morning, Simone. Thank you so much. Appreciate the opportunity to speak to the students and my fellow colleagues. To the members of the LICJ, the Land Information Council of Jamaica, the National Spatial Data Management Branch, NSDMB, the wider ministry and the government of Jamaica, my fellow presenters, teachers, students, educators, colleagues, and friends, warm greetings. We are all here today because we are all committed to the concept of completion. Once we begin a task or an activity, we know it's not completed until we have carried out all aspects of the activity. And so this post-GIS Day event is for us to complete the GIS Day, because we wouldn't want to be anything of a short change or disservice to our youth and what they look forward to every year. And of course, the wider GIS community. Now, as we know, the GIS Day is normally the third Wednesday of each November, and it is a benchmark event where we see schools from all over the island convening at the Assembly Hall at University of West Indies to learn, share, and have fun with GIS. However, with all the world still grappling with the Corona pandemic, we were forced to have this event virtually. Now, virtual comes with its pros and its cons, right? Like everything else. I'll start with the con so that we end with the pros. A con is that we can't see each other face to face. We can't have you walk by our booth and ask questions like, "Sir, what is," and I don't like when them call me sir, but out of respect, they always come over and say, "Sir, what is GIS really? How does it work? Can I get a summer job at your company?" and so on. And this kind of interaction is priceless because it is really seeing the interest or triggering the interest in our next generation. We miss that interaction. We truly do. And also, even with our fellow presenters and other booths where we can go to see what other GIS professionals are doing in their respective fields and disciplines. But on the other hand, the pro is that more students and colleagues can participate in a virtual environment. Before, the school would have to load up a bus, and I don't know if everyone got the opportunity. If the bus full, then maybe some kids had to stay back, or maybe they have other classes, important activities. But this allows for everyone to have access to the experience with the click of a button. So I'm very happy about that. We're happy to have you all here, and we hope that you find today's activities both fun and educational. There are several competitions, as pointed out by the acting principal, my dear friend Mr. Poyser, and as pointed out by Mr. Williams and Miss Lloyd as well, that these they go from like the GISB competition and the treasure hunt competition, the jingle competition, post and essay, and they're all exciting. My job here today is more to share our greetings from the company, and as deputy of CEO, Spatial Innovision is so committed to continually supporting this effort. A little bit about my company. We're the first and leading GIS Caribbean company. We started in 1998, and we serve all of the English-speaking Caribbean. Each year we are, I don't know if I would say we are the main, but we are one of, if not the main sponsor to partner with NSDMB, and we look forward to this every year. Normally, I would be at the UA Assembly handing out the awards to the different winning teams. And unfortunately, I'm not there to do that now, but we still have a lot of great prizes to share. The prizes that we have include a state-of-the-art Anafi drone, which is a very, very powerful tool to map, to fly. I mean, it's fun to fly, but it's also a very powerful tool to gather information. There we have Simone showing the Anafi drone. So congratulations in advance to whichever team is going to win this powerful Anafi drone, which can be used both in an entertaining or I would say entertaining, but in a recreational way, but also in a professional way. So we look forward to the great team that wins that and pass it to the school. Also, we have 5 tablets that are being donated to the winning teams. We have 5 of them, and it's our pleasure to share them, and NSDMB will be the ones who deliver it. So we wish you all the best of luck in your activities. And of course, we also have some lanyard to give away to all winning teams as well. So this year, finally, I just want to say that to better understand GIS, we should not look at what it is or how it works. Don't look at the technology and the science and that technical part of it, but take one step back and look at why GIS is important. Why do we do this work? Why is it relevant to our society? And it's really because GIS literally helps to shape our future. We wouldn't put it as a title, as a theme, just for words, but it literally shapes the world that we are living in. It has shaped the world we are living in, and it will shape the future. It helps to make a better world for us to live in. We're fighting coronavirus now as a globe, and the biggest tool to manage, mitigate, and you know, navigate this virus is GIS. Even as we look to the future now about vaccine and how the vaccine will be distributed across the countries and to the stakeholders, that coordination is all GIS. If we look to the future, to climate change and the challenges that we have with climate change, to handle that, to address that, GIS will be our most powerful and important tool. So we look to the future, not just as GIS, but to you as youth, to say that this is not just a path that you can choose for a career, but you can make a lifelong impact and difference and help to shape the world. So don't look at it as just a subject that you study. Don't look at it as an app that you just apply to know, where to find the Pizza Hut or something like this, a GPS or a Google map. But look at it as a deep, powerful, advanced way of shaping the future, and look at it as if you wanted to be a superhero of the future, if you want to be a person that makes an everlasting impact, that this would be one of your tools to be that hero. I want to leave on that note because it is very important that we understand how important GIS is. And having said that, I would just want to wish everyone, all the students, all the teachers, everyone participating, to have a fun and educational, but not only fun and educational, but an enlightening and inspiring day. And hopefully you leave this day with a new passion for this science of where, for this technology, and for how this can help you to make the world a better place. So on behalf of Spatial Innovision, I just want to say have a happy post-GIS Day event. Best of luck to all the competitors. Best of luck to my partners on the NSDMD side for managing and to executing such a great event. And I look forward to seeing you all in person, hopefully, at, if not the next, but the one after that, GIS Day. So thank you all.
Thank you so much, Rashawn, for that greeting on behalf of Spatial Innovision Limited. We're very thankful for the partnership. We're very thankful for the unwavering support over the many years. 2020 was the 18th National GIS Day event, of which we're having the post competitions. This year, we'll be still celebrating the 19th GIS Day event. With that, we're not sure if we'll be going face-to-face or we'll be virtual, still up in the loop, given all that's happening with COVID. But we're very thankful for the support. We do not take it for granted. We're very appreciative. We're sure all the students from all the various schools who have benefited over the year, medals, and now the tablets that they're going to be benefiting from this year will be undoubtedly grateful for the effort that you have extended. And so we're thankful. At this point, we also welcome at the agency for your unwavering support over the many years. Also, you've also been one of our major sponsors, and you've also sponsored this year. I'll be showing some of the prizes shortly. And also to the National Environment and Planning Agency, big thank you also for coming on board this year and for also sponsoring some of the prizes that the students will be benefiting from based on the competitions that will be running. So we thank you. A big welcome to those who are joining us on YouTube. We're also streaming to IG and also to Facebook. So thank you also for joining us there. We're here in Zoom. Thank you for those who are joining us here in Zoom and also those who are joining us online via the other social media platforms. So who are the schools that have been part this morning in the event? We have Camperdown, so too Mayday High. We have Fulgo Road High School, Guys Hill High School, Woolmasters High School for Girls Day. And so we thank you. We thank the principals for allowing them and for the geography teachers who would have helped in molding and shaping and preparing you to participate in the video. To the students who would have consented to participate and would have been preparing. So whether you would have submitted your essay or your poster or your jingle, or you'll be participating this morning shortly in the GIS Bee competition, we are very grateful. To the organizations inclusive of the Urban Development Corporation, the Jamaica National Heritage Trust, the Forestry Department, the National Irrigation Commission, and the National Land Agency. Thank you so much for all the hard work and all your efforts and your submissions for the map competition. We'll be looking at your entries shortly. We'll be showing them to all the various persons who are joining us so that they can see the efforts of all your hard work. We'll be hearing the results. I'm so excited to hear who is the big winner of the drone, of which Rashawn just shared with us. Yes, that Spatial Innovation has sponsored. So the winner of the map competition will be definitely getting this major gift item. And then for the first place winners for the various competitions, the poster, the jingle, the treasure hunt, the GIS Bee. Yes, you'll be getting tablets from Spatial Innovation Limited. You'll also be getting various packages, yes, from the National Land Agency, also from NEPA, also from the National Spatial Data Management Branch and the LICJ. So in each of these packages, there are different little goodies that are packaged for you to enjoy and to utilize to help in your learning experience. And so we really want you to put out your best effort this morning, all right, in terms of competing for the GISB and the treasure hunt in particular that will be running live. And we hope that all those who would have submitted before for your essay or your poster or your jingle, that you are successful in winning one of these many prizes that we have in store for you. So thank you for joining us and thank you for your efforts. Now at this time, we're going to be transitioning to the GIS Bee competition. So just checking that we have the persons online who will be participating. So the GIS Bee will be led by Miss Farah Christian. Miss Farah Christian is a lecturer from the Chartered Teachers College. She'll be the quiz master. Joining her as support will be Mrs. Genevieve Smith, lecturer from University of Technology, Jamaica, from the LS and GIS program. Also, Mrs. Patrine Cole, GIS analyst from the Planet Institute of Jamaica, will be joining as a judge also. Mr. Chaplain Williams, supervisor from the National Land Agency, will also be joining as judge. So we'll be having 3 judges for the GISB competition. And the competition will be led by Miss Christian. And then we'll be having 3 competing students from 3 different schools. And the schools that will be participating in that competition will include Guys Hill, Camperdown High, and Woolmer's Trust High School for Girls. So we'll be having 3 candidates competing to win the GISB competition. So we're gonna just have a quick changeover so that Miss Christian can take over reins and then proceed us through the GISB competition. A big thank you to Mr. Williams, Mr. Poyser, and Mr. Clark for their contribution to the opening session. We now transition to the GISB competition. Ms. Christian, are you able to share screen? Sorry, not share screen, share video camera, that is. Also, Mrs. Smith and Miss Cole, so that the participants can see the judges and the quiz master.
Good morning, Simone. My video is on, however, I'm not sure how to share.
No, you're not sharing. That's fine. Sorry.
Oh, okay, but my video is on and I'm here waiting.
All right, good. Just checking. Miss Cole, Mrs. Cole, that is, you're good. Also, Mrs. Smith?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, hearing.
Okay.
All right, thank you, Mrs. Cole. Mrs. Smith?
Excuse me, I'm in a meeting. Could you just check next door? Thank you.
All right. All right. And we're just checking to ensure that the students are on with us so that we can start. So from Camperdown, we should have Ashanti Nelson. Ashanti, are you with us?
Yes, good morning.
Good morning. Could you please share your camera, please? All right. Hi, Ashanti. Welcome. From Woolmasters High School for Girls, we have Deanna Richardson. Deanna, can you share your camera, please? We're ready for you.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Hi, Deanna. And from Guys Hill, we have Sanjay Brown. Sanjay, are you on? Checking again. Is Sanjay on? Okay. Not hearing from Sanjay. All right. We're going to proceed. So handing over to Miss Christian. Miss Christian, please commence in terms of giving us an overview of the rules of the competition and guide us through, and then please commence. If we do not hear from Sanjay, I think we should just proceed with Diana and with Ashanti. All right. Thank you.
Okay, Simone, thank you very much. Good morning, everyone. Welcome, Ashanti. Welcome, Diana. How are you this morning?
Thank you.
Thank you.
So you're feeling ready for this competition, right?
Yes, Miss, I am.
Okay. Now, because I'm going to encourage you to keep your microphones on unless there is a lot of disturbance in your background, so that when you are responding to the questions, you can respond very quickly. Okay. Now, Ms. Lloyd already introduced the judges, but I'll reiterate just in case you did not hear. So we have with us this morning from University of Technology, Mrs. Genevieve Smith as one of the judges. We also have Mrs. Katrine Cole, spatial analyst from the PIOJ, and we have Mr. Chaplain Williams, supervisor at the National Land Agency. And I am a lecturer in the Department of Geography, History, and Social Studies at Shortwood Teachers College. So welcome and congratulations on entering the competition, and I want to wish you all the best. So I'm just going to go over the rules so that you are aware of what is expected of you. Now, the rules have changed a little bit compared to what would normally apply for the Geography and GIS Bee competition, considering the different challenges that have happened and the fact that we're now using this particular format for the competition. We have had to amend the rule a bit. So there will be 3 rounds of questions. Round 1 will be related to content related to the geography of Jamaica, the Caribbean, and the world. So you'll be asked questions related to Jamaica's geography, the Caribbean, and world geography. Okay. Now for this round, there will be no elimination for this round. What your scores are at the end of the round, you will both proceed to the second round. Okay. In the second round, you will be asked questions that are related to physical and human geography. Now, this will be related specifically to content that you have been covering in your geography classes from grade 9 to 11. Now, if there were other participants in the competition in this round, this is where the elimination would have taken place. And the 2 schools or the 2 candidates with the 2 highest score would have proceeded to the third round. But considering that the competition is just between the two of you, both of you will proceed to the third round if no one finds something. At the third round, all the questions in this section will be related to GIS. Now, the questions in this round, considering that it's a GIS Day competition, for each correct question that you get, you'll be awarded 2 points. And at the end of the questioning section, the person with the highest score would have won the competition. Now, the number of questions for each round is set. So in round 1, you each will be asked 10 questions, same 2 for round 2, and same 2 for round 3. So overall, you'll be asked 30 questions. 10 questions related to the geography of Jamaica, the Caribbean, and the world. 10 questions related to physical and human geography, and 10 questions related to GIS. Is that clear?
Yes, miss.
Okay, then. So with no further ado, we will begin, and I wish you all the best. If you have any questions and wish for me to repeat a question, considering the technology and so on, if any glitch happens and you did not hear the question clearly, don't be afraid to ask for me to repeat. So the first question goes to Deanna. And this question is the geography of Jamaica. In which parish can we find the longest navigable river? In which parish can we find the longest navigable river?
St. Anne.
I'm sorry. The correct answer is St. Elizabeth, and that would be the Black River. Next question for Ashanti. In which parish can we find the Dolphin Head Mountains? In which parish can we find the Dolphin Head Mountains?
That is Manchester.
Okay, I'm sorry also, but the correct is Hanover. Moving on to the next question. Diana, Luida's Vale is a classic example of what type of limestone feature? Luida's Vale in St. Catherine is a classic example of what type of limestone feature?
Karst.
Okay, we're looking for something a little more specific. So the name of the
Carbonated
feature would...
limestone.
No. The name of the feature would be a polye or polje, depending on how persons pronounce it. Ashanti, which parish has the largest value of annual rainfall? Which parish has the largest value of annual rainfall?
Portland.
Okay, that is correct. So Portland is the parish with the highest value of annual rainfall. Diana, the smallest parish outside of Kingston would be?
Hanover.
Could you repeat, please?
Hanover.
Okay, very good. So the smallest parish outside of Kingston is Hanover. Ashanti, the Portland Bight Protected Area. Name 2 parishes across which the Portland Bight Protected Area can be found.
That is Clarendon and Manchester.
Okay. So the 2 parishes could be Clarendon and St. Catherine, or a part of St. Andrew. But I will leave it to the judges to decide since one of the parishes correct. Deanna, state Jamaica's location using latitude and longitude.
18 degrees north and 77 degrees west.
Okay, very good. 18 degrees north and 77 degrees west. Ashanti, the most easterly part of Jamaica, what is it called? The most easterly part of Jamaica.
That is the Morant Point.
Okay, very good. So the Morant Point is the most easterly part of Jamaica. If one of the judges or Miss Lloyd could just, I think I lost track because since I was preparing to ask a 3 set of questions, what number question we are at now?
5.
We're at question 5. Okay, thank you very much. Okay, so moving on, we're asking questions now related to the geography of the Caribbean. Name the tectonic plate which is found west of the Caribbean plate.
Cocos Plate.
Okay, very good. So the Cocos Plate is the one found west of the Caribbean plate. Next question goes to Ashanti. Name the weather system that affects the Northern Caribbean between December and February. The weather system that usually affects the Northern Caribbean between December and February.
The cyclone.
Okay, I'm sorry, but the answer would be a cold front.
Cold front.
Right. We're expecting one this weekend. Okay, so Deanna, name the submarine volcano located off the coast of Grenada. Name the submarine volcano located off the coast of Grenada.
Kikem Jenny.
Kikem Jenny, very good. So Kikem Jenny is the name of the submarine volcano off the coast of Grenada. Ashanti, name the Caribbean mainland country located in Central America. Caribbean mainland territory or country located in Central America.
That would be Belize.
Okay, very good. And so we're on to the last 2 questions now. These would be related to world geography. If you were to visit the gold-domed capital in Caracas and see the Orinoco River, to what country would you have traveled? The Gold Dome capital in Caracas and the Orinoco River. To which country would you have traveled?
Venezuela.
Okay, very good. Next question. If your geographical location is 0 degree latitude and 0 degree longitude, where in the world would you be? Would you be in Ghana? Would you be at Greenwich? or would you be in the Atlantic Ocean?
Greenwich, England.
Okay, you would be in the Atlantic Ocean. And now the last question in this section now. On which continent can we find the Great Rift Valley? On which continent can we find the Great Rift Valley?
Africa.
Could you repeat, please?
Africa.
Very good. And the last question now, this would be for Ashanti. Name the countries that make up the United Kingdom. Name the countries that make up the United Kingdom.
England, Ireland, and Scotland.
That's your final answer?
England, Ireland, Scotland, and Wales.
Okay. All right. Thank you for that. That is correct. So judges, did we do 10 questions?
Well, I have 8.
You have 8.
Yeah.
Is that the same for all the judges? Because I seem to have miscounted.
8 as well.
Okay. So I seem to be moving a little bit faster than, sorry about that. Okay, so we will ask one Caribbean geography question and one world geography question of each of the candidates. So going back to Caribbean geography. Yes, very good. Ashanti, if to visit the Essequibo and the Demerara rivers, in which country would you be?
Could you repeat, please?
If you were to visit the Essequibo and the Demerara rivers, in which country would you be?
Those are in Guyana.
Okay, very good. The last question now, coming from the geography. In which country can we find the Appalachian Mountains? In which country can we find the Appalachian Mountains?
Peru.
Asia.
I heard 2 responses just now.
There is somebody else.
Diana, were you the one? Repeat, please.
There's a Ashanti Green who is responding.
Okay, no, it should just be Ashanti Nelson and Diana. Diana, could you repeat your answer, please?
North America, Alabama, North America.
Okay, it asked for country and not continent, so I'll leave it to the judges to decide. So the country would have been the United States of America. And for Ashanti, on which continent can we find the Gold Desert?
That would be Asia.
Okay, then. Very good. So I think we have 10 questions now. We have completed 10 questions for round 1. So I'll just ask the judges to give us an overview of what the scores are right now before we proceed to the next round.
Ms. Christian?
Yes.
We need to remind Ashanti and Diana that they are not to be aided by any device or anyone or the internet of any form, that they're answering only of their own true will based on the questions being posed to them. Just making sure that we remind you accordingly. Thank
Okay.
you.
Thank you, Ms. Lloyd. So we'll just wait a little bit so that you have an idea of where we are in the scores. We will deliberate at the end. So if there are any discrepancies, that will be rectified. But we want to have an idea of where the scores are currently.
Yeah, just a second. We just have to confirm. So just a second.
Okay, then, Mr. Williams.
Ms. Christian,
Yes.
a little break in transmission, please, while the judges are still tallying. At this time, we're inviting the entries, the candidates for the treasure hunt competition. So, Keandra Barrett, Ashanti Green from Camperdown, Desian Webley from Guys Hill, also Alia Del Mohammed and Ayan Lareed from Wilmer's Girls High to please log in. The information would have been sent to you for the treasure hunt competition. Please check your emails. Please access your emails, please access the link, and please log in so that the judges can see you online for the treasure hunt competition. They are ready to begin with you. Once we finish the GIS Bee, we'll be showing the treasure hunt in progress. So please log in, please. They're asking you to log in so that they can check you off. And then you're going to start the treasure hunt competition while the GIS Bee is still in progress. Please so do now. Thank you. Go ahead, please, Ms. Christian.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Lloyd. Mr. Williams?
Yeah, I think we need to ask Simone, Ms. Lloyd, just to check on our group, just to give a confirmation. So we'll get back to you in a moment, please.
Okay, so what we will do, we will proceed with the next round. Okay, so ladies, just a reminder that for this round, we will be asking questions related to physical and human geography. So starting with Diana again, first question goes to you. In grid referencing, the imaginary vertical lines on a topographical map are called what? In grid referencing, what are the imaginary vertical lines on a topographical map called?
Longitudinal lines.
No, sorry. Those would be your easting lines. For Ashanti, if the bearing of a place is 45 degrees, what is its compass direction? If the bearing of a place is 45 degrees, what is its compass direction?
Northeast.
Northeast. Very good. Going back to you, Diana. Which of the following coastal landform is formed through deposition? Which of the following coastal landform is formed through deposition? A notch, a spit, a stack, or a lagoon? A notch, a spit, a stack, or a lagoon?
A spit.
Okay, very good. Ashanti, what is the term for the regular rise and fall of the level in the ocean caused by the gravitational attraction of the sun and moon? What is the term used for the regular rise and fall of water in the oceans caused by the gravitational attraction of the sun and moon?
That would be tide.
Okay, very good. Diana, what is the term used to describe heat energy from inside the earth and that can be used to generate electricity? What is the term used for heat energy from inside the earth and that can be used to generate electricity?
Geothermal.
Geothermal energy. Very good. Ashanti, which of the following is a coastal landform formed by erosion? Which of the following is a coastal landform formed by erosion? A bar, a beach, a cave, or a tombolo? Which of the following is formed by erosion? A bar, a beach, a cave, or a tombolo?
That would be a cave.
A cave. Very good. Going back to you, Diana. Name the process of erosion which is being described. The process of river erosion being described. The force of the river water itself removes rocks from the bed and banks of the river. The force of the river water itself removes rocks from the bed and the banks of the river.
Hydraulic action.
Hydraulic action. Very good. For Ashanti, which one of the river erosion processes is described? No. Stones and rocks are thrown against each other during transportation. Stones and rocks are thrown against each other during transportation.
Attrition.
Attrition. Very good. Back to you, Diana. Identify the river feature that does not occur at the following stage of the river, of the lower stage of the river. Sorry about that. Identify the feature that does not occur at the lower stage of a river. Delta, An estuary, a rapid. Did you respond?
Rapid.
Okay, very good. A rapid. Ashanti, identify the river feature that does not occur at the middle stage of a river. Meander, point bar, plunge pool. Which of those features does not occur at the middle stage of a river? Meander, point bar, plunge pool.
That would be a plunge pool.
Okay, very good. Moving back to you, Deanna. True or false? Depletion of the ozone layer is a major contributor to global warming. Depletion of the ozone layer is a major contributor to global warming. True or false?
True.
No, I'm sorry, that would be false. For you now, Ashanti, true or false? Contour lines are lines that crisscross on a map showing places of equal height above sea level. Contour lines are lines that crisscross on a map showing places of equal height above sea level.
False.
Okay, very good. So just checking in with our judges, I checking that we were at question number 6.
Yes, you have completed 6 questions for this.
What is the name of the feature through which, this is Diana, what is the name of the feature through which disappearing rivers enter underground in limestone areas? What is the name of the feature through which disappearing rivers enter underground in limestone areas?
Aquifer.
No, I'm sorry. It would be a sinkhole. Ashanti. Name the type of plate margin along which mid-ocean ridges can be found. Name the type of plate margin along which mid-ocean ridges can be found.
Convergent plate margin.
No, that would be divergent plate margins. On to you now, Diana. The practice of planting different crops alternately on a plot of land over a period of time. The practice of planting different crops alternately on the same plot of land over time is the practice called
Crop rotation.
crop rotation. Very good. Ashanti, the practice of cutting steps into hill slopes to prevent soil erosion. The practice of cutting steps into hill slopes to prevent soil erosion. What is this practice called?
That would be terracing.
Terracing, very good. Diana, what is a geographical term used to describe the way in which people are spread across a given area? What is the geographical term used to describe the way in which people are spread across a given area? I saw that you were saying something, but I didn't hear you.
Population distribution.
Okay, very good. Ashanti, what is the process? What is the name of the process in which there is an increasing proportion of people living in towns and cities? An increasing proportion of people or the population living in towns and cities. What is this process called?
Urbanization.
Okay, thank you. And I think we're on to question 10 now. Deanna, when a population exceeds its sustainable size and has become too large compared to its available resources, what is this phenomenon called? When a population has exceeded its sustainable size and has become too large compared to the resources, what is that phenomenon called?
Overpopulation.
Overpopulation. Very good. And then now the last question for Ashanti. Name the type of plate margin along which volcanic mountain ranges can be found. The type of plate margin along which volcanic mountain ranges can be found.
Convergent plate margins.
Convergent plate margins. Very good. Okay, so I think that wraps up all the questions for round 2. And we will proceed to round 3. If we're able to hear what the current scores are, that would be good.
For round 1, we had Diana at 7 and Ashanti at 6. For round 2, we have Diana at 7 and Ashanti at 9. So it will be total towards the end.
Okay, then. All right. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Okay, so ladies, this is the final round. And as you know, these questions will be related to GIS. So I wish you all the best. And each question in this round will be awarded 2 points. So think carefully and answer as best as you can. So here we go. So the first question goes to Deanna. What does GIS stand for?
Geographic Information System.
Geographic Information Systems. Ashanti, what does the acronym GPS stand for?
Global Positioning System.
Okay, very good. Global Positioning System. Diana, what does the acronym Gisb stand for? What does the acronym Gisb stand for? GISSEP.
Geographic Information Service System. I'm not sure.
Okay, so GISEP stands for GIS in Schools Education Program. So this program that you're participating in. Ashanti, what does the acronym ESRI stand for? ESRI, ESRI.
So that is Eastern Service Research Institute.
Oh, no, it is Environmental System Research Institute. Environmental System Research Institute. Okay, moving on. Diana, what is the name given to any data related to the Earth's surface that has specific geographical coordinates? What is the name given to any data related to the Earth's surface that has specific geographical coordinates?
Topographical data.
Could you repeat, please?
Topographical data.
No, that would be spatial data. Spatial data. Ashanti, the act of collecting data about any feature on the Earth's surface without coming into direct contact with that feature is called what? What is the act of collecting data about any feature on the Earth's surface without coming into direct contact with that feature? What is that act called?
Research.
That would actually be remote sensing. Remote sensing. Diana, spatial data presented in the form of tables. What is the name given to spatial data presented in the form of tables?
Manifold.
No, that is not correct. It be non-spatial data, or we could say aspatial data, or we could say an attribute. So either of those responses would have been correct. Ashanti, what is the name given to the process or the application when spatial data occurs in themes in a GIS? When spatial data occurs in themes in a GIS, what is the name given to that?
Georeferencing.
No, that would be layers. So when spatial data occurs in themes, they are called layers. Diana, state one of the three ways in which spatial data may be presented on a map. One of the three ways in which spatial data may be presented on a map.
As points.
Okay, that's good. So you were asked for one of three ways. So point, line, or polygon would have been accepted. Very good. Ashanti, spatial data presented in the form of maps is termed, or let me put that another way. What is the name given to spatial data presented in the form of maps?
A grid.
No, that would be geometric data. So when spatial data is converted to maps, it is called geometric data. Diana, state whether the following items, whether the following item is a point, line, or polygon. A pond.
A polygon.
Okay, very good. Ashanti, state whether the following item or feature is a point, line, or polygon. A telephone pole.
That would be a line.
No, that would be a point. A telephone pole would be a point. Okay, so Deanna, the process of assigning digital coordinates by tracing over hard copy documents is called what? What is the process of assigning digital coordinates by tracing over hard copy documents called?
Georeferencing.
No, it is actually called digitizing. So you're applying or assigning digital coordinates to a hard copy document. Ashanti, what is the name of the process of making maps or scaled from photographs, especially aerial photographs? What is the name of the process of making maps or scaled drawings from photographs, especially aerial photographs?
Cartographing.
Okay, the correct concept is photogrammetry, but I'll allow the judges to deliberate. So photogrammetry is the correct term. Back to you, Deanna. What name is given to a descriptive characteristic of an entity in a database? What name is given to a descriptive characteristic of an entity in a database?
Annotation.
That would actually be an attribute. So any descriptive data assigned to an entity in a GIS database is an attribute. Ashanti, what is the name given to a map containing geographical reference data? What is the name given to a map containing geographical reference data?
Grid.
Now, that would actually be a base map. Base map. Okay, moving on. Deanna, what does the acronym DEM stand for? DEM. Deanna?
You hear my answer, Miss?
No, I didn't hear your answer.
Oh, my bad. I said digital elevation model.
Digital elevation model. Very good. Ashanti, what does the acronym CAD or CAD stand for?
Computer aided design.
Okay, for my answer here, I have computer aided drafting. So I will leave it to the judges to decide. So just to repeat, she said computer aided design. The answer I have here is computer aided drafting. So we'll see if it is acceptable. And just to check in with the judges, I have it that time on my last question for this round. Okay, thank you, Mr. Williams. So, Diana, your last question in this round. What is the name given to a system used to represent spatial data based upon the use of equal-sized pixels arranged in rows and columns? I'll repeat. What is the name given to a system used to represent spatial data based upon the use of equal-sized pixels arranged in rows and columns?
Coordinate system.
No, I'm sorry. That would be raster. So that would be when you refer to your raster data. And then the last question for Ashanti. What is the name given to statement or logical expression that is a request to select records from a database? What is the name given to a written statement or logical expression that is a request to select records from a database?
Prompt.
Could you repeat, please?
Prompt.
I'm sorry, that would be query. So you would run a query to retrieve data or records from the database. Ladies, I thank you very much for your effort and for doing the best that you can in this Geography and GIS Bee competition. I think you both did well. I congratulate you again for opting to participate. And know that whatever the scores are, each person would have fared well at the end of the day. We know that there are some new things that you would have learned, some things that you would have reinforced in terms of what you already know and so on. So while we wait on the judges' final say on what the scores are, I will turn over to Simone because I think we will have a short break before we announce the final scores and who the winner of this competition is.
Ms. Christian, based on feedback from the judges for one of the previous questions,
yes,
we're seeing that the judges have confirmed that computer-aided design is an acceptable answer. So
okay,
that
it is acceptable.
Yes,
okay.
So that score was awarded.
Okay, then.
All right, just waiting on final feedback in terms of the final marks and then to announce it. In the meantime, another call, all the candidates for the treasure hunt, if you're logged in here presently, or if you're listening, please ensure that you have accessed your email that was sent and you have accessed and logged into the platform of which you'll be doing the treasure hunt on. All right, so please ensure that you have logged in so that we can see you logged in so that the treasure hunt can commence. If we commence the treasure hunt and you're not on, it means that we will not be able to allow you to proceed. So please ensure that you log in now for us so that the treasure hunt competition can commence. Thank you. Just another minute until we get the final results for the GIS Bee competition so that we can announce accordingly.
GIS stands for Geographic Information System. Using computer hardware, software, and a ton of raw data, we can explore the fundamental principle of geography, that location is important in people's lives. Using GIS, we can view, understand, question, visualize, and interpret data in visual ways that reveal relationships and patterns, which allows us to make better decisions. For example, A meteorologist might study the paths of hurricanes to predict where and when they might occur in the future. A city planner can choose the best location for a new park or hospital, ensuring that they are built in the place where they're needed the most. GIS is essential to understanding what has happened, what is happening, and what will happen in geographic space. Geographic understanding brings wisdom, and with wisdom, we can make better decisions to create a brighter future.
A Geographic Information System, or GIS, is a computer system that captures and stores data related to positions on the Earth's surface. It's used to create maps that reveal spatial relationships invaluable for planning and communications in areas such as agriculture, healthcare, retail trade, or military intelligence. GIS technicians and geospatial information scientists and technologists produce data layers, maps, graphs, and reports using GIS technology. They compile data from remote sensing devices and cartographic or global positioning system maps and enter it into GIS databases. Data accuracy, currency, and quality are critical, so they must review data carefully. With clean data, GIS professionals program computers, analyze the data, and develop software for GIS applications. Many GIS technicians and geospatial information scientists and technologists conduct research of their own or design research for clients to use in a wide range of projects, from identifying ideal locations for solar or wind energy installations, routing transportation to minimize energy consumption, to defining wildlife areas. They often work with teams and guide analyses to target specific projects or problems. Work weeks are usually on a 40-hour standard schedule. Most jobs, though not all, require a bachelor's degree. It's not uncommon for people in the field to have a master's degree.
Our mission at Precision Hawk is to provide tools for growers, for crop consultants, for insurers, and enterprise professionals in agriculture to make better decisions and more timely decisions in the field. They've got a lot of challenges they have to face, and profitability is becoming more difficult in this industry. And so the decisions that they're making have to be extremely timely. They have to be the right decisions. They have to know how to react and intervene in their crops. So when we think about how to design products and design offerings, we're always keeping that in the back of our mind. How would a grower actually use this technology and make decisions based off the information we're able to provide those customers?
I tell our customers that we're never going to replace ground truthing. We're never going to replace, and our job isn't to replace someone going out and physically taking a point sample in the field. What we are able to do is help better inform the decisions between those points. So farmers are collecting more information when they make a single pass to a field today than what they did in lifetimes previously. The challenging part has been, how do I take this information and actually do something with it? There's multiple phases of the data process. There's the collection phase, there's the processing phase, and then most importantly, there's what do we do with that information? How do we take action from it? We will never be any better than the raw information that we collect going in. So if we can start from a solid foundation, that gives us a lot better opportunity for success in whatever the final product is that we're delivering to our clients. When we're working with clients to plan a mission, we're going to ask them very specific questions about where is the area that we're flying, what type of crops are there, what stages of development do you want to have this information collected at? And from there, we will develop a very specific flight plan. Literally in the swipe of a button, they can take off with the drone and capture the data. So the actual flight part is pretty easy. Where the challenging part is, how do I know what parameters to set in the software? And that's where our experts on staff, both from agronomic backgrounds, but also from the flight background, can help our clients to make sure that not only that they're flying the right equipment, but they're using the right settings for the given time of the season and the given application that they're working towards to be able to get the kind of data that we're going to need on the back end.
Precision Analytics agriculture tool is a cloud-based platform that really ingests data from a multitude of different sensors. And there's a bevy of analytics that can be applied against those.
It's a place for not only processing data, but also for storing, managing, and making decisions upon that information. So usually the starting point is generally going to be raw imagery from a drone. So the user will take that information, load it into Precision Analytics Agriculture, and in a matter of minutes, the software will automatically process it and turn it into an orthomosaic, into a 3D elevation model that are really the base layer for the subsequent products that we generate from there. If I've flown with a multispectral camera and I want to run an NDVI report to see just how healthy my crop is, how much variation there is going on in that crop, once the orthomosaic is processed, I can generate that literally with a single click of a button. Seconds. I have a map. It's there in the interface. It's all spatial in nature. And not only do I have that for one instance in time, with Precision Analytics Agriculture, we've also aggregated that information together. So if I'm flying the same field multiple times over the season, I now have those images from different dates. Being in this space for many years, we have the privilege of having data that's been collected over a ton of different agriculture use cases. So we've taken the imagery that has been captured over these various types of crops, and using machine learning, we have developed base models that are really good at essentially at object detection. Effectively, the user doesn't have to give us any inputs other than the area that they want to run this algorithm over. And using our machine learning models, we can quickly and very precisely detect where plants are, how many they are, and in certain cases, even how big they are. We can take the vegetative indice that we have run over the entire grove. We can take the plant counts, which includes boundaries for each individual tree or each individual plant in that area, and we can combine the two together. Why that's powerful is now not only do I have a count of how many trees are there, but I can actually get a health assessment of how healthy is each tree that's in that crop.
A lot of times we're making decisions around specific plants or rows, and being very surgical around, how do we actually address problems that are in those parts of the field. Being able to intuitively and easily draw field boundaries and zones in the field, being able to run analytics on those specific zones and easily convert that into reports and outputs. That's something that we really focused on. A lot of decisions that agriculture professionals make are subjective. And so whether that's how much application do I apply to a field, which fields do I need to apply product to, today versus tomorrow, what we help do is create really an accurate, measurable view of those fields and to be able to make decisions that are based on, something that's quantifiable versus something that's very subjective.
With Precision Analytics Agriculture, we're starting to bridge that gap of being able to take spatial and temporal information and turn it into something that can be beneficially acted upon. Not just something that we collected for historical information, but something that we can actually transform our operations going forward to be more efficient, to be more productive, and to make sure that we're investing in the areas that merit investment, but also, potentially cutting our losses in the areas that we know we're not going to get as much gain from. There's so much information that can be gleaned from the ground, but there is a whole new perspective that can be gleaned from our sensors in the sky.
the drone gives you that bird's eye view. The drone captures all kinds of things you don't necessarily get. When you do just the wires in the ground, you're getting data. You're not getting where the sunlight is. You're not getting rain. I mean, these things can be recorded, but to see it in real life, to see it firsthand, to see where pedestrians are going, to see the short circuits that traffic are doing. There's a route into and out of the school that's planned on paper, but vehicle traffic is finding its own way, and the drone tells you all that. It tells you the full story of how traffic is getting into the school and how it's getting out, and what that impact is doing on the main road.
I guess mainly it has to do with safety. Seeing that this is a school complex where there's probably north of 1,000 students on the campus each and every day. And then you take into account faculty, parents dropping the children off and whatnot. But you also have to think about weather. We did deal with a little bit of wind when we were out there, and that obviously can affect the drone in terms of battery life and safety of the public.
So what the video shows is the different times that traffic's coming onto and off of the campus. We did 2 different shots in the morning, so there's 2 different start times between the 4 schools. And then it shows when traffic's leaving. It also shows the buses and how the buses are influencing that. Most importantly, it shows the pedestrians. We saw cars that would enter the campus and stop 100 feet in, and that one stop, so they could let their kids out, they let them out in both directions. Now you're stopping traffic trying to exit the campus and stopping traffic trying to enter the campus. When we have the drone footage up there, you can see this in real time. You can see these tiny little things that don't seem like they mean anything, but they mean the world in this instance.
Good. I think our judges are ready for us. Handing over back to our quiz master, Ms. Christian.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Lloyd. So the judges have deliberated and they have agreed to what the final scores are. And so we have that the final scores are Dana on 22 and Ashanti on 19. So that would mean Diana is our winner of the Geography and GIS Bee competition. Congratulations, Diana. Well done. Also, well done, Ashanti, for your effort. Simone, your mic is muted.
Thank you. Sorry. Thank you, Ashanti and Diana, for all your efforts. Diana, congratulations. Shanti, congratulations on being runner-up. So we have prizes for both of you, and we'll be announcing what the prizes are a little bit later when we announce the prizes for all the various competitions. So congratulations, 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 Diana. Well, job well done. And as we can see, their marks were very close. All right, so thank you for the efforts. Thank you, Ms. Christian, for spearheading officially ended the GIS Bee competition. Thank you all for being here with us and for providing support to Ashanti and Diana. Now we're on to the treasure hunt competition. I'll be handing over to Mr. Williams. Mr. Walter Williams will be taking over to guide us through what the treasure hunt competition will be all about. He'll be sharing his screen so that we can see it in progress. We'll be getting live updates at points where the schools are concerned. Just as a reminder, the schools that should be participating in the treasure hunt are as follows: Camperdown, Guys Hill, Wolmer's Trust High School for Girls. Those are the 3 schools that will be participating. There are multiple entries from some of the schools. If you have not already logged in, we're urging you, you need to log in right now so that as Mr. Williams starts, he's seeing you there so that you can participate. All right, so handing over to Mr. Williams. Thank you again, Ms. Christian. Mr. Williams, you're ready for us? Okay, seeing you there.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, hearing you. And seeing you.
Okay.
I'm seeing your head top. Could you pull down your... Thank you very much.
Maybe I'll just adjust the chair. Okay. All right. So the treasure map competition. Maybe I should just share screen. Share. All right. So this is the interface that we'll be using. We're going to restart the timer as soon as we are out of this demonstration. But basically what happens is that there's a clue. We're going to ask the students to use Google Maps to try and figure out where the clue is indicating that the location is. And we have set a buffer around the area, so you don't have to have the precise coordinates that we have, but once you're in the area, you should get a hit. But it's designed to tell you how many treasures you have. So you have 14 treasures. There are 7 players in it, but it's actually 6. So one of them is the NSDMB, as you can see, which is a test user. And there's a timer. So you have 90 minutes. So I will set 90 minutes from whenever I'm finished with this demonstration for people to see that. And then you can see how many treasures you have captured. On the leaderboard, however, I will see what each person has captured. So then there's a treasure hunt map. You can see below. So if I don't, okay, wait, give away one. So you have to enter the coordinates into these boxes and submit in order to unlock the next set of clues. So you get the first clue as default, but then as you unlock the different clues, then it will result in revealing another clue. So some of these are quite difficult, but some of them are also very easy. So if you have registered for the competition and I've sent you the credentials, I'm going to reset the timer in about 2 minutes, and then we're going to start. So you can go ahead and log in, and then what I will do is at intervals, I will give an update in terms of how far each team has progressed until the 90 minutes is complete. So for the winners, it is whoever collects the 14 treasures in the shortest time. And so even if you've completed all of them, if your time is higher than somebody else, then they will be placed ahead of you. So it's about speed and completeness. So if you've collected 14 or 13 of the 14 and somebody has collected 10, then that person who collects more will be the winner. But if you have 2 persons who have collected all 14, then we go to time as a tiebreaker.
Excuse me, good afternoon, Mr. Williams.
Pardon?
I'm saying good afternoon. Could you please repeat the instructions? I'm not sure what to do.
Sure, no problem. So, all right, so there's a clue here, right? Based on the clue, it's indicating a location somewhere in Jamaica. What we want you to do is then, if you figure out where this is, then we want you to search in Google for the coordinates, because the map doesn't give any coordinate. And then we want you to enter the coordinates here in latitude and longitude box. So latitude values in the WGS coordinate form would be numbers that are positive. So Jamaica is 17 degrees latitude, and then it goes up to like minus 78 degrees longitude. So what we want you to do is, we want you to collect the coordinates from Google Maps. So you go on Google Maps, so you figure out that this treasure, this clue that we're looking at is NSDMB, right? If you figure that out, then you just search for us in Google, find our location, and then you copy the coordinates from Google Maps. And then you enter the latitude and the longitude in the boxes that are there, and you submit it. Once you do that, if they are correct, they will unlock the next clue. Right? Am I clear?
Yes, excuse me.
Sure, go ahead.
Well, my screen does not look like that. I'm not seeing a map.
What are you seeing?
I'm seeing this something that looks kind of like the globe with lines intercepting each other.
Likewise.
Okay, so that's what all you are seeing. All right, so is everybody who is logged in seeing the same thing?
I'm seeing just the world map.
So both of you are seeing that. Okay, all right. So what I'll do is I'll just can you just refresh the page and tell me if you see the same thing?
Okay, it's better now.
Right. So you're seeing the treasure hunt map and you're seeing the clue, the first clue. So it's clue number 1. Yes, no?
Seeing it.
Okay. All right. So are you guys clear now? Yes?
Clear.
All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to reset the timer and then I'm going to tell you when to start. So I'm going to stop sharing screen and reset the timer and then I'll give you guys the go ahead to start. Mm-hmm. 30. 1 hour from 14. Okay. All right, so you guys are clear to start now. So you can go ahead and start the competition, figure out the first clue. So I've given you an additional 5 minutes or thereabouts. So you guys can go ahead. Miss Slide, back over to you.
Thank you, Mr. Williams. Would you like to share screen with us for a little so that we can see their progress? All right. All the best to the treasure hunt candidates. So based on what Mr. Williams just shared with us, there are particular points of which they're finding, 1 per parish, so 14 points. So the candidate who is able to log in and to find all 4 in the shortest period of time is the winner or will be the winner of the competition. So they have to find all 14 and they have to do so in the shortest period of time. So thank you, Mr. Williams, for that. So they're progressing where that is concerned. We're going to be joined by Mr. Campbell shortly, who'll be giving us a quick overview of the map competition. As a reminder, the map competition was entered by 5 entities: the Urban Development Corporation, the Jamaica National Heritage Trust, the Forestry Department, the National Irrigation Commission, and the National Land Agency. So Mr. Campbell is going to be guiding us quickly through what these entries were, what was the focus of the entries, and giving a quick overview of what was the feedback from the judges where the competition is concerned. As a reminder, the winner of the map competition, which is for the organizations, will be this Anafi drone, which has been sponsored by Spatial Innovation Limited. So all the best to the organizations We'll be hearing an overview shortly in a few minutes. And then towards the latter part, we'll be hearing a quick overview and who the actual winners are of that competition and the other competitions. So as a reminder, the treasure hunt has started. It is in progress, and we're wishing all the schools who have entered all the best with regards to competing in that competition. In the meantime, we'll be playing a few things while the competition is in sped, and then we'll be joined by Mr. Campbell in another 5 minutes or so to carry us through what was the outcome in terms of what was the feedback based on the maps that were presented and what the judges found. And then a little bit later, we'll be hearing who the actual winners are. All right. So over to Mr. King to guide us through a few snippets until we're ready for Mr. Campbell.
As our world gets smaller, and what happens somewhere else hits closer and closer to home. There's so much the world wants to know.
But we don't know a lot of things.
There's a lot of questions out there.
People very insecure.
It's not enough to know we're interconnected. We have to understand how and collaborate to build a better future. Your answers matter more than ever. Thank you for your vital work.
Excuse me?
Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Ranford Campbell, the GIS Project Manager at the National Spatial Data Management Branch. And today I'm here to give you a brief overview of the map competition. Do hope and trust that all our participants have done well. So far, we had gotten 5 entries: the Urban Development Corporation, the National Heritage Trust, the Forestry Department, the National Irrigation Commission, and the National Land Agency. Given the theme, Geospatial Technologies Shaping Our Future, the topic, given the recent impact of the COVID-19 globally, how can Jamaica use geographic information system to enhance the fight against the global pandemic? So the maps were to depict a school, and from that, we should have gotten, based on our outline, the various entities. There were certain criteria that they would be judged by. And so in terms of the size, in terms of the cartographic contents, the quality of the extent, and stuff like that. And so based on that, all the persons who submitted their map, later you will know who the winner is. And basically, there are some comments from our judges as well. Some of the maps that we got, there were some of the maps that were a bit noisy and did not reflect what the theme was. There are also some areas that did not conform to the old judging criteria. And based on that, we just want you to understand that to be fair and for us to have a fulsome understanding of what it is, no government entity was asked to be our judge. They are all independent persons from the private sector companies. And so based on that judging criteria, later we will see who the winner is. And I just hope that each of you have worked very hard. Again, thanks to the persons who responded: the Urban Development Corporation, the National Heritage Trust, Forestry Department, National Irrigation Commission, and the National Land Agency. Thank you. Mr. You can go ahead and
Okay, so Mr. Campbell, thank you for carrying us through that brief overview, and you've been seeing the various maps that have been submitted for the map competition that they've been on display. So you can see the work that the organizations would have done. A little bit later, we'll be giving you the results in terms of who was the first, second, and third place winners from this competition. In the meantime, there's also another competition, the Jingle Competition. The Jingle Competition is one in which the students were asked to use a theme, and based on that, to create and to record a jingle and to share said. I'm going to be asking Mr. King to play the jingle for us so that we can hear the jingle.
GIS deal with the mapping, modern tools for use for the tracking, analyzing the data of the pandemic, geotagging can help with it, back to school face to face, put on a mask over my face, stay 6 feet out on the face, GIS, upper to the mapping of the pandemic, so if you're in a one bus spot, get it quick for your phone, like message on WhatsApp, so we use it locally, use it globally.
Wheel and come again, Mr. King. Give us a next time. Give us a next run. Increase the volume, please.
GIS deal with the mapping, modern tools for use for the tracking, analyzing the data of the pandemic, geotagging can help with it, back to school face to face, put on a mask over my face, stay 6 feet out on the face, GIS, upper to the mapping of the pandemic, so if you're in a one bus spot, get it quick for your phone, like message on WhatsApp, so we use it locally, use it globally.
So, Mayday is our winner for the Jingle Competition. They were the only entry, and based on the judging that would have gone on for this particular entry, it was found very good, very, very key in terms of the theme, very lively, and it met all the criteria and all the requirements for being the winner. So, Mayday is the winner for the Jingle Competition. Congratulations, Mayday. So Mayday is winning a tablet in addition to a few other goodies in the goodies bag for the Jingle Competition. Congratulations, Mayday. So we have the Bee competition down. So 2 is the GIS Bee competition. The next competition we have coming up is the essay competition. We'll be hearing the results of that. So based on my information here, we had 2 entries for the essay competition. Fogar Road High and also Woolmer's Trust High School for Girls. So from Fogar Road High, we had Shanique Craig, and also from Woolmer's Trust High School for Girls, Shanielle Martin. So both submit.
Excuse me.
Reviewed the entries I'm seeing here. So the entries were judged, and based on the feedback I'm seeing here that would have been provided by the judges, they indicated that both essays were well written and they demonstrated an understanding of GIS and its application. For Fogar Road, this essay flowed very well and citations were used throughout. The link to the Jamaican context was made and examples were also cited. So that was for the Fogar Road entry for the essay competition. For Woolmer's Trust High School for Girls, there was more mention was made to international context, but none made to Jamaica. No reference was used throughout the essay also. So based on that, they're recommending that in the future, for essays that are produced, that definitely there needs to be some reference in terms of Jamaican context, and also that There must be reference or citations provided throughout the essay, as this was not done in the latter submission. So these were the 2 entries for the essay competition. Based on that feedback, could you guess who the winner of the essay competition was? Was it Foga or was it Woolmer's Trust High School for Girls? Any guesses? Any guesses? We'd like to put it in the chat. Who do you think won the essay competition based on the feedback from the judges? Any guessers? All right. So the winner for the essay competition is Foga Road High. So Shanique Krieg, congratulations. You are the first place winner for the essay competition. You have won for yourself an Alcatel 1T7 4G tablet, in addition to some other goodies in your goodie bag. And we also have prizes for Shaniel. Shaniel, thank you so much for also deciding to enter the competition. Note the feedback from the judges. This will guide you in terms of improving for the future. All right. Shaniel is the runner-up. Thank you so much. So for the jingle was, Mayday was the winner for the jingle. And with that, the person who won for Mayday is, I'm hoping I'm pronouncing your name correctly, Dequan Francis. Dequan Francis won for the jingle. I'm going to ask that it be played again so that we can hear it. Dequan, you won yourself also a tablet and a number of other goodies in the goodie bag. So one of these is yours, in addition to a few other items that we have for you. And we'll be advising at the end of the session how it is that you'll be able to get your prizes. Yes, go ahead, please. One more running of the jingle. Thank you. In the meantime, we're going to ask Mr. Williams if he can share screen and provide an update for us in terms of how the treasure hunt is progressing. All right, so we're going to ask Mr. Williams, we're going to hand over to Mr. Williams for him to check in and to see how it is that the treasure hunt is progressing with the students. Ready for us, Mr. Williams?
Yes, Mr. Lloyd, I am.
Yes, please, go ahead.
All right, so I'm going to share screen. What am I sharing? Hold on. Before I share screens, just make sure that I have the right one up. It's not this one.
Repeat, please, Mr. Williams.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is, yeah, I'm going to share a screen, but I was making sure I share the right one. All right, what I'm going to do is, I'm going to show how to do an example of one of these. So I'm going to just go through the first one, and then
Mr. Williams, would you like to turn on video?
No, I'm going to share screen. So you guys can see how it's actually done. So when you log in, the first one is the Yalas Pond.
We're not seeing your screen.
Yeah, I know. I'm going to share it shortly. Just making sure that's the extent. So I don't want to give away any of the other clips. Okay.
I see that Ashanti has her hand up.
Yeah, you can go ahead, Ashanti.
I'm having trouble in entering the coordinates because whenever I enter it, it sends me back to where I have to log in again.
Oh, that sounds unfortunate. Okay, so let me try and see if my assistant will be if that will help, and maybe you could just refresh and try again. So the clue, let me just read the clue and then I'll share screen. The first clue says, Give me a minute. It says, two brothers fighting over land. It's a pity it was all washed away like salty water under a bridge. So that's a clue. What you can do is you can actually copy the clue if you want. And then, I can share screen response. So if you actually read what is here, you see that there's this two brothers issue. So, okay. So it says, it makes reference to a pond as well, and so on. So you can figure out from those hints that this is maybe the yellow spot. What you can do then is you can open Google Maps. So I'm just going to do that. And then you can search pond. And it will zoom to the area. Now, because we didn't want to just use a single coordinate, we've created a buffer. So if you actually click there, you'll see the coordinates come up at the bottom of the screen. Ashanti, you can go ahead.
And I was saying, even when I retry like what you said, it still doesn't work.
I'm not sure why, because it works fine for me here. So I'm not sure if, I don't know. But let me just go through this demo and then let me see if we can get some personal help. All right, so if I go here, I can copy this. So it's copied to clipboard. Then I can go back to the treasure hunt interface. This one. And I can enter those coordinates here. So I can paste them there and then I can copy the second part. Oh, sorry. Let me just, yeah, I realized. Stop sharing that screen and share another one. This one. So I could copy the coordinates and paste them in the respective areas. And this is not going to work because this is not yellow span based on the clue, but this is just a sample of how it should be done. Now, I'm not sure why it keeps kicking the screen out, so I'm going to try and figure that out. Once you submit the coordinates, once it's within the range, then it should unlock that one and then you move to the next one. So I'm going to leave these coordinates on the screen. I'm going to ask you guys to try and enter these. I remember I should just put them in the chat. I'm going to put it in the chat. Zoom.
I have a question. When I'm on Google Maps, I don't see that thing at the bottom, but when I do press like the target point, it says it's not 17.85 but 17.86. So there's a difference. So does that matter? Because I don't see the location at the bottom, like what you said.
All right. So can you see the screen? If I scroll, I zoom in on the map that's in the treasure hunt, you realize that there is a central point, but there's a buffer around it. So any coordinate that falls within this buffer, because we can't control where people will click, and where you click is where you get the coordinates. So if you actually click within this buffered area, you will get the coordinates. So it will be similar, but it won't be the exact coordinates that we have here. But once you get a coordinate within this range for this buffer, it should work. So let's copy that. Stop sharing. And change to everyone. So those are the two pair of coordinates. There's a pair of coordinates, sorry, that you can use for the first one. So I'm gonna ask Ayanla and Ashanti, please try use the coordinates that I've just put in the chat and tell me if it works for you. Has it worked for anybody?
No, it doesn't work.
All right, that's a problem. All right, so sorry, give me about 5 minutes. Let me check what's the issue and get back to you guys. What you could help me with is if you could tell me what browsers you're using. So I'm using Google Chrome.
Using Google Chrome as well.
Safari.
All right, so you guys are using different browsers. All right, so the person who's using Safari, I'm going to recommend that you use Google Chrome, and I'm going to try and see what's the issue, and then we'll try this again. So give me about 5 minutes, please.
Okay, everyone. While we're checking on the students who are currently participating in the treasure hunt competition to make sure that they're okay, just a reminder in terms of who the winners of the competitions that have been concluded, who they were. So for the GIS competition, congratulations to Wolmer's Trust High School for Girls for placing first, Miss Deanna Richardson. Thank you for placing first. Congratulations. In second place, we have Ashanti Nelson. Ashanti Nelson from Camperdown High was the second place winner for the GIS competition. As a reminder, all first place winners will be getting a tablet with other goodies, different from special items that the second place winners will also be getting. For the Jingle Competition, there was one entry, Mr. Dequan Francis from Mayday High. When his submission was examined and judged, it was found worthy of first place. And so he is the winner of the Jingle Competition, and he's from Mayday High. So congratulations, Dequan. You will also be receiving a tablet along with some other items. Also, as a reminder, the tablets have been sponsored by Spatial Innovation Limited. They will also be providing 3 months of data service for all tablets that are being awarded. So a big thank you to Spatial Innovation Limited. We understand the need for tablets at this time, given the whole online learning experience and the fact that some students really may not have tablets. And maybe if you do have a tablet, maybe another sibling could benefit from the current one that you have, or maybe it doesn't have the specs that this one does have. So we're happy that Spatial Innovation Limited was kindly able to sponsor these tablets, which will be awarded to all first place winners of the various school competitions. So a big thank you to Spatial Innovation Limited. For the essay competition, in first place, Miss Sanique Craig from Fogo Road High School was the winner of the essay competition. And we had some very good feedback from the judges about how well her essay flowed, with citations throughout and her link into Jamaican context and the numerous examples that she had throughout which were referenced. So congratulations, Shanique, on your hard work and for being first place winner for the essay competition. In second place, Miss Shaniel Martin. Shaniel is from Wolmer's Trust High School for Girls. Congratulations, Shania. You're the second place winner for the essay competition. So we're done with the Bee, the Jingle, and the essay competition. Where the map competition is concerned, Mr. Campbell would have carried you through the organizations who would have entered. And with that, there is entries in terms of showing you what the maps were that were entered by these various organizations. And for the map competition, the entries were from the UDC, from the Jamaica National Heritage Trust, from the Forestry Department, also the National Irrigation Commission, and the National Land Agency. This is the only competition that was geared towards the organizations. Now, given that, and what is being awarded as the prize for this competition, showing you again this magnificent Anafi drone, which will be going to the first place. So I know that you're holding on to hear who is the winner, and if you're the lucky one, who is the winner. So we'll be seeing shortly. So treasure hunt, Mr. Williams, any feedback in terms of how the students are doing where the treasure hunt is concerned? Are they all progressing nicely? They're all able to go through, or do we need to assist them any further? Do you have an update for us?
Sorry, Miss Lloyd, I'm communicating with the students in the chat. So I'm trying to see if we can rectify the issue. So they have all logged out and logged in. Okay. And so for Alia, it has worked, and it's worked for Ayanla as well. I'm just waiting to see if it works for Ashanti.
Okay, so we're confirming that the entries for the treasure hunt are Woolmar's Trust High School for Girls. So we have Alia Del Mohammed from Woolmar's Trust High School for Girls. Who else do we have? Mr. Williams Ashanti Greed from Camperdown High is also with us competing. And also, who is, and Ayanla also from Woolmar's Trust High School for Girls. So we have 2 entries from Woolmar's Trust High School, and we have 1 entry from Camperdown on. Am I correct, Mr. Williams? Are we missing anyone?
We also had Cethane Palmer from Guys Hill.
Okay, she's still with us? Do we know if she's still?
I don't know if he.
Sorry.
Yeah, I haven't seen him online, so I'm not sure if he's there. And I also haven't seen Hyandra Barrett and Deshaun Webley. So if they're online, they can join. All the credentials have been provided and so on. So they just need to join.
All right. So a last check. If there are any entries for the competition, for the treasure hunt competition, we would have sent you, Mr. Williams would have sent you an email with the credentials so that you can log in, the URL to join, and the credentials to log in to join the competition. If you have not already done so and you're online and you're hearing us, we're asking you to join as quickly as possible as we try to ensure that this competition is executed and that it comes to a conclusion with a winner, a first, second, and third place winner. We have prizes and surprises to award. A big thank you again to the other sponsors, the National Land Agency. We've gotten a number of goodies in some goodie bags that we're wearing to give away. So from the National Land Agency, we've got masks. So we know given COVID-19, masks are very important. I know some of the schools, are doing a hybrid approach or are doing face-to-face. And so you need your masks, different from when you have to go about, yes, on a daily basis. So masks have been sponsored by the National Land Agency. Also some bottles, some very exquisite bottles, water bottles. In addition to that, there are some maps, some road maps, high quality road maps that are up to date, that are also being given in these goodie bags. Also geometry sets, those who are doing geography, who are doing maths, technical drawing or whatever else, and you may need geometry set instruments. Geometry sets are also being provided in these bags. Right, so a couple of things that are in there: masks, bottles, notepads also. All right, maps, geometry sets, all of these in the goodie bags. Apart from those, the National Environment and Planning Agency has also kindly assisted, and they have sponsored masks also. Right, and I think a few bottles too. All right, so thank you very much, NEPA. Thank you, NLA, and thank you to Spatial Innovation Limited, who has sponsored the drone, of which I've been sharing with you, the Parrot drone, different from the tablets, the lanyards. Thank you so much, Sil. And also remember, all the winners of the tablets will be receiving data service for up to 3 months. So you don't have to worry about providing data for the tablets for up to 3 months. You'll be getting data. And this is all being sponsored by Spatial Innovation Limited. So a very, 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 very big thank you to Sil for all your support with regards to having this post GIS Day competition. Of course, the competitions wouldn't mean much. It's good to expose you to these competitions and for the whole learning experience, and also the whole skill of competing and triumphing. But apart from that, it's good to get a prize. So very big thank you to these organizations. We couldn't have done it without you. We thank you for your invaluable support, for your partnership over the many, many, many years with the Land Information Council of Jamaica. And we welcome your continued support as we work towards creating more public awareness, public education, sensitization, where the use of geospatial services and technologies are concerned, and how it is that they aid in what we do on a daily basis. Almost everything that we do is influenced about promoting that, sensitizing you where that is concerned. And apart from that, showing you and showing you how it is that this is a viable career option. So in us hosting GIS Day and other events that are related to GIS, we really want to be showing the schools, the students, the teachers that geography, and in particular, geographic information systems as an aspect of geography is a viable career option for you to take up. All right. So we're hoping that with all of this, you're being exposed and that you're being encouraged where this is concerned. All right. So treasure hunt is the last activity that we're waiting on to see how they're progressing. And then for us, based on that, to be able to announce who the winners are. Apart from that, we'll also be announcing who the winners of the map competition are, who is the first, who is the second, and who is the third place winner. All right. And as I was saying before, I'm sure whichever organization is the first place winner is going to be using this drone to a very significant level, given the fieldwork. I'm sure, well, all of the organizations that are listed here are doing fieldwork. So I'm sure this will be coming in quite handy to assist you in all of your efforts. All right. Good. Any feedback, Mr. Williams, in terms of how the students are doing? Is everyone okay now? They're progressing where the treasure hunt is concerned?
So, Mr. Ed, we've unlocked the first group for everybody. I'm waiting on feedback from the students to know how they're progressing. I don't see any progress on the leaderboard, but I'm trying to follow up with them in the chats. I'm busy looking for the answer. So,
okay. You want to show us the leaderboard in the meantime?
No, because the one with the leaderboard has the clues. No, thank you.
Oh, okay. All right. Seeing in the chat that Alia has figured out the second clue. Wonderful. All right.
What we're also considering, Mr. I may just begin. So everybody, if you figured out the clue, just message me privately, and I will give you the coordinates that I have. It seems to be, I'm not sure what's happening, but let's see if that works. And then we can. So I'll be here working alongside them to figure out the clue. They can tell me what the location is, but please do it privately, and I can send you the coordinates.
Okay, so based on Mr. Williams' instruction, we're asking that you make sure you select Mr. Williams' name, Walter Williams, and then send him the update if you have gotten the particular clue so that he can send you the coordinates, and then based on that, help you in terms of you being able to progress and move on. There are a total of 14 points to be found, correct, Mr. Williams? So with that, we are hoping that you're able to find them and within the shortest period of time with the least amount of challenges, we're hoping, so that we're able to come up with who the winners are. Who is a winner, who is the second place, and who is the third place. A big thank you to all who have joined us here in Zoom, joined us online via YouTube, IG, or Facebook. We greatly appreciate you taking the time to join us and to be with us as we work along with the schools. We expose them to geospatial technologies and how it is that they can aid in their understanding of how it is that these technologies are being used on a daily basis, and also them being a viable career option. So thank you for being with us. We're sorry for the delay that was experienced earlier, but I think we've been having a very good morning, now afternoon. We're hoping to close off shortly as soon as we're able to complete the treasure hunt competition. Yeah, so we'll be taking updates at points to see how that is progressing. In the meantime, I'll hand over to Mr. King to play again for us the jingle. The jingle was such a very good entry, and it actually was the winner. So could you please play another 2 rounds of the jingle for us, Mr. King, if that is possible? A big, okay.
GIS deal with the mapping, modern tools by use for the tracking, analyzing the data of the pandemic, geotagging can help with it. Back to school face to face, put on the mask over my face, stay 6 feet out on the face. GIS up to the mapping of the pandemic. So if you're in a one bad spot, get it quick for your phone, like message on WhatsApp. So we use it locally, use it globally. GIS deal with the mapping, modern tools by use for the tracking, analyzing the data of the pandemic, geotagging can help with it. Back to school face to face, put on a mask over my face, stay 6 feet out on the face. GIS up to the mapping of the mix if you're in a one bus. Is it quick for your phone, like message on WhatsApp, so we use it locally, use it globally.
That was a very good entry. Very, very good entry. So with that, all right. So in the meantime, we're gonna play a few items while we wait on further feedback where the treasure hunt is concerned, and then we'll continue. Also, we welcome all persons to register, go on YouTube. Please go to the NSDNB/LICJ's YouTube channel. All our events over the past year or so, they're there. You can go and you can check. You can see recordings from our conference last year and different events, the GIS Day event last year and other events and activities, they're posted there. So please do subscribe and be able to go and check out what is there in terms of the recordings. All right, I think we have a few postings from our first Jamaica GIS User Conference. Also, if you are not a friend of our Facebook page, please do friend GIS Jamaica or look for NSDNB/LICJ also on Instagram. So please join us on Instagram, also on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube. So hashtag NSDNB/LICJ or GIS Jamaica. All right, so please join us in any of those areas. We're always posting articles, posting flyers, posting notifications, posting videos, etc. So please do ensure that you have subscribed or you've liked us so that you're kept abreast of all the information that we're actively sharing with you. All right. Thank you so much. And please feel free to share all that we share with you.
A geographic information system, or GIS, is a computer system that captures and stores data related to positions on the Earth's surface. It's used to create maps that reveal spatial relationships invaluable for planning and communications in areas such as agriculture, healthcare, retail trade, or military intelligence. GIS technicians and geospatial information scientists and technologists produce data layers, maps, graphs, and reports using GIS technology. They compile data from remote sensing devices and cartographic or global positioning system maps and enter it into GIS databases. Data accuracy, currency, and quality are critical, so they must review data carefully. With clean data, GIS professionals program computers, analyze the data, and develop software for GIS applications. Many GIS technicians and geospatial information scientists and technologists conduct research of their own or design research for clients to use in a wide range of projects, from identifying ideal locations for solar or wind energy installations, routing transportation to minimize energy consumption, to defining wildlife areas. They often work with teams and guide analyses to target specific projects or problems. Work weeks are usually on a 40-hour standard schedule. Most jobs, though not all, require a bachelor's degree. It's not uncommon for people in the field to have a master's degree.
So, guess which competition is the next competition? So, who wants to hear the winners of the map competition? Drum roll, drum roll, drum roll. So, big reminder, the entries were for the map competition. This was the only organization competition. We had the UDC, Jamaica National Heritage Trust, Forestry Department, National Irrigation Commission, and the National Land Agency. So, in third place for the map competition. Third place winner, third place. In third place, we have an organization that begins with the word national. Begins with the word national. So, the third place winner for the map competition is the National Land Agency. So the NLA is third place. Thank you, NLA, for all your hard work and for submitting for the map competition. You're the third place winner out of 5. In second place, so the NLA deals with land. The next organization deals with water. In second place, the National Irrigation Commission. NIC, congrats on being second place. So NIC looked at Jamaica College and produced a map of Jamaica College. All right, and we're seeing that on display currently. The third place for the National Land Agency, can we share that map, please? Again. So the National Land Agency produced a map of Wolmer's shaping minds from free school to posterity. So a 3D of Wolmer's Trust High School for Boys. So we're seeing that map there, and they're in close proximity to the National Land Agency. All right. So NLA at third, National Irrigation Commission is in second place. First place, drum roll. Guess who is the first place winner? So we have 3 entities remaining. There's a Forestry Department, there's a Jamaica National Heritage Trust, and there is the UDC. Those are the 3 remaining organizations. Forestry Department, the Jamaica National Heritage Trust, also the Urban Development Corporation. Who do you think is the winner of this parrot Anafi drone? Holding it up again. Parrot Anafi drone. Sponsored by Spatial Innovision Limited. So, JNHT, Forestry Department, and UDC. Any guesses as who is the winner? Any guessers? Any guessers? Any guessers? Any guessers? Upon announcing, I'm sure there are going to be some very, very happy persons from a particular organization who would have worked tirelessly hard to ensure that their map would win. So, in first place, the map produced focused on a particular school. A particular school, and the school was or is a primary school. The winner is the organization which produced the Port Royal Primary School map, and the organization is the Urban Development Corporation. Congratulations, UDC. You are the happy, proud winner of this Anafe, this Parrot Anafe drone. It is yours. I will be making arrangements for you to be awarded it. So congratulations, UDC. In first place for the map competition is the Urban Development Corporation. Right, so in third place was the National Land Agency. Second place, the National Irrigation Commission. And in first place, the Urban Development Corporation. Congrats, UDC. Congrats on your hard work. Right. And we're seeing the map there of Port Royal Primary and Infant School. That was the map that was produced by UDC as entry for this competition. All right. Job well done. Job well done. So down we've had the map competition, which was just announced, the GIS Bee competition, the Jingle, the essay competitions. So those competitions have passed. We're just awaiting the feedback with regards to the treasure hunt competition. That's the last remaining competition, and then we'll conclude. All right. So congratulations again, UDC. Thank you for your efforts, National Irrigation Commission, for coming second. And for third, thank you, the National Land Agency. All right. And for the other entries, GNHT, and for forestry, thank you for entering the competition. Thank you for the hard work in producing the maps. All right, for the competition. Of course, we could have only had one winner, first place winner, that is given the prize, and it's a very, very worthwhile prize. Big thank you to Spatial Innovation Limited. Right? Another round in terms of the winners for the competitions. For the GISB, we had Deanna Richardson, first place winner from Women's Trust High School for Girls. In second place, Ashanti Nelson for the GISB competition. Thank you, ladies. You did such a very good job. You got fed so many questions on geography, Jamaica, Caribbean, world geography, regional geography, and GIS, and you did so well. Where the jingle is concerned, the Quan Francis, he has, I'm not sure what you think, but I just, based on that product that he produced, I think he is really poised for an ideal career in this whole creative field in terms of becoming an artist. He was very good. The rhythm, the lyrics, everything was on point. He did such an ideal job. Right, so Daquan from Mayday High, thank you so much for your entry and for winning the Jingle competition. As a reminder, the first place winners, you're getting your tablets, and the tablets are sponsored by Spatial Innovation Limited also. For the essay competition, first place we have Foga Road High. With that, Shanika Craig is the winner from Foga Road High. In second place, Shaniel Martin from Woolman's Trust High School for Girls. Thank you for your efforts also, and for coming second. We have goodie bags for you. And of course, the map competition, which was just announced. In third place, we had the National Land Agency. In second place, the National Irrigation Commission. And in first place, the Urban Development Corporation. Congratulations on your efforts. Thank you so much for entering the competition, for all your efforts in terms of developing the maps. Your teams would have worked on them. Thank you for all of that. And big congratulations to the winner. For all the judges for the map competition, for the jingle, for the GIS Bee, for the essay, big thank you. The leads, each of these competitions had leads, and we're very proud of the leads for spearheading. Also for the treasure hunt, a big thank you to Mr. Sheldon Small from Real Decoy. So the treasure hunt display that you would have seen that Mr. Williams would have showed you, that was created, the application was actually created by Mr. Small from Real Decoy. And so a big thank you to him for that. Big thank you to him for creating it and for making it accessible. Also to Mr. Williams for executing that competition. Mr. Ranford Campbell, lead for the map competition. Thank you to you and your team for ably going through all the entries, and based on going through all the entries, coming up with who the first, second, and third place winners are. For the jingle, Mr. King, you and your team, thank you for assessing the entry for the jingle and for determining the entry suitable as being first place winner. We didn't have any entries posted this year, but for essay, big thank you to Miss LaJoy Edgehill as lead and to her team for judging that competition. All right, so big thank you. So the last remaining competition is a treasure hunt, and we're just awaiting some feedback on that so that we can announce who the winner is. This year marks the 21st anniversary of Spatial Innovation Limited, and so we celebrate with them and we thank them for all their contribution to the development of GIS in Jamaica and in the Caribbean, and their support of National GIS Day activities for Jamaica over the past 18 years. This will be the 19th year. All right, that we'll be having GIS Day here locally in Jamaica. It's internationally celebrated the third Wednesday of November. All right, and so we thank Spatial Innovation Limited still for all your support over these many years, and with providing this very nice drone, which will be provided to UDC as a first place winner, and for all of these tablets, which will be awarded to the first place winners of the school competitions for the essay and the jingle and the bee, right? And the treasure hunt also. Thank you so much for providing these first place tablets. Given whole COVID-19 scenario and the online learning experience, I'm sure the students are going to find it very handy in terms of being able to utilize these tablets. And thank you also for organizing for 3 months supply of data service for the tablets for the schools. All right, for the schools, for the students. A big thank you to the schools who have participated in the events today. And the schools have been Camperdown High, Mayday High, Fogo Road High, Guys Hill High, Woolmer's Trust High School for Girls. All right, big thank you. We know that these are challenging times because we're all experiencing it given the whole impact of COVID-19. And we know that you may be experiencing challenges while you have been shifting and you've been working with online learning or face-to-face and online. A big thank you to your principals for allowing you to participate, and to your teachers for registering you so that you're able to participate in this event, and to you, the students, who have wholeheartedly given of your time. We thank you so much for all your efforts with regards to helping in hosting this event. A big thank you. Mr. Williams, do you have an update for us in terms of how the treasure hunt is progressing, if the students are good, and how far they have reached?
Yeah, the students are making progress.
Is it possible for us to see where they are?
Not at this point. Wilmers is leading though. A student from Wilmers. That's a clue.
Okay, so hearing that a student from Wilmers is leading the competition, and that's a clue. All right, so that is good. All right. Yeah. So we're not sure how GIS Day this year in November will be progressing. We'll keep you abreast and we will inform you when we have finalized arrangements. But we're hoping, whether we're virtual or whether we're doubting face-to-face, but more than likely we'll be virtual. We're hoping that you'll be able to participate and to spread the word. Spread the word. We'll be having these and other competitions running again. Yes, and other various goodies and surprises for you to partake of. So please have it booked in terms of your date. The third Wednesday in November this year, GIS Day. Yeah, that you'll be joining us. All right. Okay, so we're just holding on to hear what is the final feedback where the treasure hunt competition is concerned. And as soon as that is finished, we'll be able to announce who the winner is, and they will be able to conclude our proceedings, hopefully in the next couple minutes or so. We hope to possibly conclude by 2 o'clock or so. So let's see how the competition progresses. Thank you so much again for joining us and for being with us and for your contribution to this event. All judges, all leads, all team players, all students, schools, teachers, thank you so much for your support. We appreciate and we do not take it for granted. All right. Mr. King, whenever you're ready, while we await further feedback from Walter in terms of what is happening with the treasure hunt. We've heard so far that Wolmer's Girls is leading. We know that there are 2 persons from Wolmer's, 2 students from Wolmer's who are in the competition. So we'll be curious to hear which of those 2 is leading. Right? From Wolmer's Girls, a reminder of who the entries for the treasure hunt are. But for Wolmer's Girls, we have Alia Del Mohammed and also Ayanla Reed, both from Wolmer's Trust High School for Girls. And from Camperdown High, we have Ashanti Green. So we have 3 females. All right. So interestingly, the only male participant for the competitions has really been Mr. Dejan for the Jingle, but all the other competitions have had female entries, apart from the organization competition, of course, which is the map competition. All right. So hopefully in November, we'll be having more males participating. All right. Hopefully we'll be having more males. That would be wonderful. And more schools. All right. Thank you. Mr. King, whenever you are ready, while we await further feedback on the treasure hunt.
Our mission at Precision Hawk is to provide tools for growers, for crop consultants, for insurers, and enterprise professionals in agriculture to make better decisions and more timely decisions in the field. They've got a lot of challenges they have to face, and profitability is becoming more difficult in this industry. And so the decisions that they're making have to be extremely timely. They have to be the right decisions. They have to know how to react and intervene in their crops. So when we think about how to design products and design offerings, we're always keeping that in the back of our mind. How would a grower actually use this technology and make decisions based off the information we're able to provide those customers?
I tell our customers that we're never going to replace ground truthing. We're never going to replace, and our job isn't to replace someone going out and physically taking a point sample in the field. What we are able to do is help better inform the decisions between those points. So farmers are collecting more information when they make a single pass to a field today than what they did in lifetimes previously. The challenging part has been, how do I take this information and actually do something with it? There's multiple phases of the data process. There's the collection phase, there's the processing phase, and then most importantly, there's what do we do with that information? How do we take action from it? We will never be any better than the raw information that we collect going in. So if we can start from a solid foundation, that gives us a lot better opportunity for success in whatever the final product is that we're delivering to our clients. When we're working with clients to plan a mission, we're going to ask them very specific questions about where is the area that we're flying, what type of crops are there, what stages of development do you want to have this information collected at? And from there, we will develop a very specific flight plan. Literally in the swipe of a button, they can take off with the drone and capture the data. So the actual flight part is pretty easy. Where the challenging part is, how do I know what parameters to set in the software. And that's where our experts on staff, both from agronomic backgrounds, but also from the flight background, can help our clients to make sure that not only that they're flying the right equipment, but they're using the right settings for the given time of the season and the given application that they're working towards to be able to get the kind of data that we're going to need on the back end.
Precision Analytics Agriculture Tool is a cloud-based platform that really ingests data from a multitude of different sensors. And there's a bevy of analytics that can be applied against those.
It's a place for not only processing data, but also for storing, managing, and making decisions upon that information. So usually the starting point is generally going to be raw imagery from a drone. So the user will take that information, load it into Precision Analytics Agriculture, and in a matter of minutes, the software will automatically process it and turn it into an orthomosaic, into a 3D elevation model that are really the base layer for the subsequent products that we generate from there. If I've flown with a multispectral camera and I want to run an NDVI report to see just how healthy my crop is, how much variation there is going on in that crop, once the orthomosaic is processed, I can generate that literally with a single click of a button in a matter of seconds. I have a map, it's there in the interface, it's all spatial in nature. And not only do I have that for one instance in time, with Precision Analytics Agriculture, we've also aggregated that information together. So if I'm flying the same field multiple times over the season, I now have those images from different dates. Being in this space for many years, we have the privilege of having data that's been collected over a ton of different agriculture use cases. So we've taken the imagery that has been captured over these various types of crops, and using machine learning, we have developed base models that are really good at essentially at object detection. Effectively, the user doesn't have to give us any inputs other than the area that they want to run this algorithm over. And using our machine learning models, we can quickly and very precisely detect where plants are, how many they are, and in certain cases, even how big they are. We can take the vegetative indice that we have run over the entire grove. We can take the plant counts, which includes boundaries for each individual tree or each individual plant in that area, and we can combine the two together. While that's powerful is now, not only do I have a count of how many trees are there, but I can actually get a health assessment of how healthy is each tree that's in that crop.
A lot of times we're making decisions around specific plants or rows, and being very surgical around, how do we actually address problems that are in those parts of the field. Being able to intuitively and easily draw field boundaries and zones in the field, being able to run analytics on those specific zones and easily convert that into reports and outputs. That's something that we really focused on. A lot of decisions that agriculture professionals make are subjective. And so whether that's how much application do I apply to a field, which fields do I need to apply product to, today versus tomorrow, what we help do is create really an accurate, measurable view of those fields and to be able to make decisions that are based on, something that's quantifiable versus something that's very subjective.
With Precision Analytics Agriculture, we're starting to bridge that gap of being able to take spatial and temporal information and turn it into something that can be beneficially acted upon. Not just something that we collected for historical information, but something that we can actually transform our operations going forward to be more efficient, to be more productive, and to make sure that we're investing in the areas that merit investment, but also, potentially cutting our losses in the areas that we know we're not going to get as much gain from. There's so much information that can be gleaned from the ground, but there is a whole new perspective that can be gleaned from our sensors in the sky.
Advising that we're still here. The treasure hunt is still in progress. Informed that Wilmer's Trust High School for Girls is still in the lead. So we're waiting on further feedback in terms of how that competition is progressing, so that we can announce the winners of that particular competition. Who will be first, second,
Sorry,
and
Miss Lloyd?
third place? Yes, Mr.
Miss Lloyd,
Williams?
yeah, so Ayanla is leading.
Okay, so Ayanla is leading. Ayanla is from Women's Trust High School for Girls. All right.
Alia is in second, and Ashanti is in third place now.
All right, so we have the two women's girls in lead. So Ayanla first, Alia second, and then Ashanti from Camperdown is in third currently. All right, so let's hear how it progresses. Do we know how many points Ayanla has found already of the 14, Walter?
I think she just unlocked the 9th clue. So that's 9 from 14. Yeah, because I have to focus on the chat. Give me a few minutes and I'll give you another update.
All right, so 5 more minutes to go. Well, 5 more, sorry, not minutes. 5 more clues to go for Ayanla. All right, and second place we have Alia, and third place so far we have Ashanti. We still have a little bit more time, so let's see what's gonna happen in terms of if that order is gonna change between now and the end of the competition. All right, so let's see. Waiting for further update from Mr. Williams when that is available. Thank you.
I've traveled there, and yet I just can't reach my destination. No matter how they try to stop, I yes. I know I've got to reach my goal. I've been traveling for so long. I've been traveling for so long. Yeah. No matter how they try to stop, I know that I must go through. Yes. 'Cause I shall break every barrier that standeth in my way. I say, I've been traveling for so long. Jamaica Alliance, shining freedom eyes. Anything just say, I say so. And anything just do, yeah, I do it so. Look into the book of creation, all nation of moderation. Jamaica alive, yeah, Jamaica alive. Alright, Jamaica alive. I say to shining Eden eyes, to shining Eden eyes. Oh yeah, alright. But Jah, ooh yeah, Jah so strong and mightyful. Jah, ooh yeah, Jah so strong and mightyful. Anywhere you go, Jah still see you. And anywhere you hide, Jah still see you. But look into the book of creation, all nation of adoration. So Jamaica alive, ooh yeah, Jamaica alive. Alright, Jamaica alive. I say to shining Eden eyes, to shining Eden eyes, to shining Eden eyes. Whoa, yeah, to shining Eden eyes. Let some big people out there, so Jamaica alive, to shining Eden eyes.
The massive, the massive, oh, the massive, the massive, oh. It take a man with a conscious heart to be the leader of the massive. It take a true revolution man to be the leader of the massive. To be the leader, you have to be strong. To be a leader, you have to be right. Oh, go through many things that rough and tough, now bluff. Babylon trying to get me in handcuffs. That's my stuff. No. It take a man to be a heart of a righteous man. It take a man to have a heart after mercy. It take a conscious man to be the leader of the massive. Yeah. It take a righteous man to be the leader of the massive. And the battlefield, we have to face the fish. And when the time comes, no man can run. Oh, they cannot run. It take a man with a conscious heart to be the leader of the massive. It take a reborn man to lead the massive. Cause when them come, and when them go, oh no, no, no. Take it for a joke, but all I man do is smoke down. So my brethren and sisters, you better see your face, y'all. It take a man to be the leader of the massive. Oh, yeah. The massive, the leader of the massive. Life is not so. Take it from me and take it from your other brethren, and make sure we all patrioting to be the leader of the massive. You have to be strong.
All right, so joining back, any further updates for us, Walter, in terms of how the treasure hunt is going? So for an update, reminder that we have announced the winners for the map competition. UDC in first place, second place National Irrigation Commission, third place National Land Agency. We're still awaiting feedback as to how the treasure hunt is progressing with the two candidates from Wilmers Girls High and also the candidate from Camperdown High. So we're waiting to hear how they're progressing. We had announced for the essay competition, Fogo Road High in first place, second place, Wilmers High School for Girls. So Shanique was first, Shanielle second. For the Jingle competition, or on the entry, and based on the feedback in terms of how well Mr. Francis did, Dequan, we have him placing first from Mayday High. Additionally, for the GIS Bee competition, we had Wilmers High School for Girls, Miss Diana, and also Ashanti from Camperdown High. Diana placing first from Women's Girls and Ashanti coming second. Big thank you again to Spatial Innovision Limited for all your assistance with regards to sponsoring the events. As we said before, first place winners for the school competitions will be getting a tablet, and the first place for the map competition will be getting this Parrot Anafi drone. All right. So we're just waiting on final feedback on the treasure hunt competition, which is the last remaining competition, and then we'll be able to announce who the first, second, and third place winners are. Do we have any feedback so far, please, Walter? Whenever you're able to, Walter, you can give us an update in terms of how they're progressing.
Yeah, I'm trying to focus on the chat.
Is Ayanla still leading? Followed
right, so we have
Alia and Ashanti, or has the order changed? Is Ashanti further up?
Okay, so we have two people who have found the clues
as to how they're doing. So with the treasure hunt, they are given 14 clues.
Can you hear me?
When they get to the first location, when they get the first clue, based on determining what the clue is, they will search for the coordinates and then progress throughout all of them. So we're waiting to hear how everything is progressing.
Sorry, so Miss Light, sorry, can you hear me?
I'm hearing you.
Oh, I wasn't sure if you were hearing me. All right, so we have two young ladies from Wolmer's have completed the treasure hunt. So it's just for us now to work out the timing before we can say who is the winner. Because Alia had put the Firefly house before she had put Dunn's River. So it's just to work out if we count that as being before, because if she had done that, then she would have taken lead from Ayanla. So we just need to figure out the time difference there, and then we can announce who's the winner.
Okay. Thank you for that, Walter. So you're checking on that for us. All right. Okay, so we've almost concluded the treasure hunt. Just to hear that clarification, and then we'll hear the finals in terms of the outcomes of that competition. All right, Mr. King, take it away again for us, please. I guess in another 5 minutes or so, we should be ready. Okay, ready. So we're finishing up with the last competition. Treasure hunt competition is where we're at. We were taking updates at intervals and we were waiting to hear feedback as to how the schools were progressing and who was the winner. So as a reminder, we had 2 entries from Momus Trust High School for Girls, Alia Del Mohammed and Ayanla Reed. From Camperdown, we also had Ashanti Green, so 3 entries. Let's see, based on the results, the judges were tracking them, seeing how they were doing. Remember that they were asked clues. So they were taking updates. We were taking updates as to how they were progressing. And based on the feedback from the judges, we have a winner. We have a winner. We have someone in 2nd place, and we also have a 3rd place entry. So in 3rd place, we have, they were asked to find 14 points, 1 point per parish. And they were given clues, and they were asked to research the coordinates for the location of which the clue would have brought them to. In putting in the coordinates, they would have then found the location and they would have progressed. So in 3rd place, we have Ashanti Green from Camperdown. Thank you, Ashanti, for all your efforts. You're in 3rd place, which therefore means in 1st and 2nd place, we have Wolmer's Girls High. But who is the 1st place winner and who is the 2nd place winner? Let's see. So the judges have assessed, they have watched, they have cross-checked, and in all the checks that they have done, they have found out that the 2nd place winner, who would have found the 14 points, and would have found it not in the shortest time, but the 2nd shortest time, would have been or is Ayanla Reed. Ayanla, your 2nd place, which therefore means Alia Del Mohammed is our 1st place winner for the treasure hunt competition. Congratulations, Alia. Alia, 1st place treasure hunt competition winner from Women's Trust High School for Girls. In 2nd place, we have Ayanla Reed from Women's Trust High School for Girls. And in 3rd place, we have Ashanti Green from Camperdown. And as a reminder, we have the tablets for the 1st place winners, and we also have different goodie bags that you'll be getting from the National Land Agency, from the National Spatial Data Management Branch and the Land Information Council of Jamaica. All right, different goodies that you'll be getting. So congratulations. 1st place, Alia. 2nd place, Ayanla. 3rd place, Ashanti, for the treasure hunt. As a reminder for the others, thank you for joining us this morning for the GIS Bee competition, which was led by Miss Farah Christian. And in 1st place was Wolmer's Trust High School for Girls, Deanna Richardson. Deanna, congratulations on placing 1st. You're also getting a tablet and other goodies. In 2nd place, who do we have? Ashanti Nelson, you got 2nd place of the 2 participants for that competition. The jingle. We had a very creative entry for the jingle competition, right on point with the lyrics, also with the composition and all of that. And so Dequan, our only male entrant, Dequan Francis from Mayday High, congratulations on winning the jingle competition. We played it a couple of times for you, so you were able to hear it and how good it is, right? Then the essay competition. Essay competition, in 2nd place, we had Women's Trust High School for Girls, Shanielle Martin, and in 1st place for Fulgo Road High, Shanika Craig. Congratulations, Shanika, on winning 1st place for the essay competition. Big congratulations to you, and thank you for your efforts, Shanielle. And then the map competition, the only organization-based competition for today's activities, had as our entrance UDC, Forestry, NLA, Jamaica National Heritage Trust, and the National Irrigation Commission. In third place was the National Land Agency. In second place, the National Irrigation Commission. And the first place winner was the Urban Development Corporation. A big congratulations to all our winners. We're thankful for your participation in the events. You'll be getting goodies, all right, as thank yous, in particular, first, second, and third place winners. First place, the tablets from Spatial Innovation Limited, also the drone from SIL for the map competition. Thank you again to the National Land Agency for all your prizes, the geometry sets, the bags of the goodies, the bottles, the maps, all of those. Thank you so much. They'll be worthwhile prizes to our participants. And to NEPA and the masks also. And to NEPA, thank you for the masks that you have provided, and I think some bottles also. So we're going to organize to ensure that all of these are awarded to the relevant winners in short order. And we'll be advising you via email and via phone calls as to when that will be, so that adequate arrangements can be made for you to collect or to be awarded your prizes in short order. We thank you so much for being with us from this morning. Thank you for sojourning all this time. Thank you for staying. Thank you for participating and for supporting this event. As we close out, I'll be handing back over to Mr. Raymond Poyser, our Acting Principal Director, as we ask him to give our vote of thanks and also our closing remarks. Over to you, Mr. Poyser, when you're available, when you're ready.
Thank you very much, Miss Lloyd. Wonderful handling of today's proceedings. And I must say, today has been a wonderful day. I want to say thank you very much. Big thank you to all the participating schools and entities. So the Camperdown High School, Fogo Road High School, Woolman's Trust High School for Girls, Geisel High School, and Mayday High. Big thank you to the teachers and of course the support staff who would have assisted the students to prepare them for the various competitions that they participated in. I want to say thank you very much. We want to thank the entities also that participated: the Urban Development Corporation, the Jamaica National Heritage Trust, National Land Agency, Forestry Department, and National Irrigation Commission. Also want to thank the judges who shared their time with us today and adjudicated over the various competitions. I want to thank you very much. We know you are experts in the respective fields, and we are family. And we want to say thank you very much for the time spent and the quality adjudication that took place today. I want to thank the sponsors. Indeed, without sponsorship, these events are not what they are. They are not, they would not have been successful. I just want to say a big thank you to Spatial Innovation Limited, Roshan, and the other members of the team there. I want to thank you very much for the sponsorship that you have contributed to this event. Also, the National Environment and Planning Agency, NEPA. I want to thank the National Land Agency and Real Decoy. Thank you very much for your sponsorship, and we look forward to the continued support. I also want to thank the brilliant team here at the National Spatial Data Management Branch, Miss Lloyd, who is the brain behind all this planning, and of course Nadisha Poyser and Walter. I want to say a big thank you for the work that you guys have put in. I want to thank the technical team as well: Orlando, Tariq, Fabian, Ranford. I just want to say thank you very much, and all the other support staff. and in whatever way, shape, or form you contributed to this event. Thank you very much. Continue the good work that you are doing. Also, want to thank the other persons who would have shared their time and signed up for to join us via the social media platform. I want to thank you very much because we are a family, and of course, we want to see GIS and geospatial technologies grow in Jamaica. I want to see the industry booming, and of course, no better place to start than in the schools where the young minds are. Just want to thank you very much for your participation today, and we ask that the level of interest will not wane, but will increase. And of course, we know that GIS Day is originally scheduled for November. So in a few months' time, we will be having the 19th edition of GIS Day. So guess what? We know the COVID pandemic is upon us, and we don't know what shape or form GIS Day 2021 will take. But once there's life and there's hope, and we have all hands on deck, we will be able to have a wonderful time. In the meantime, be safe. Continue to practice and respect the health protocols as we fight this pandemic. Jamaica land is a wonderful land with warm people, but we have a role and a responsibility to play in reducing the spread of coronavirus among ourselves. So, on behalf of the National Spatial Data Management Branch, this is where I leave you and I say, enjoy the rest of your day. Be safe. God bless. Thank you.